Hello everyone, this is Yuan Yuan, welcome back for another video. You know, I have been in Taiwan for 12 years, but one of the things I don't really understand that much is actually the indigenous culture. And I think one of the reasons is that when you're back in Taipei, working your everyday life, you don't really get to experience the indigenous culture, because Taiwan's indigenous people are actually living more further in the mountains, in those smaller villages, the tribes as we say here. You really need to travel and get deep in the mountains to actually get to see and experience the culture. So today's video is actually made because of the WITS 2024, the World Indigenous Tourism Summit. It's gonna happen in Kaohsiung from 16 to 20 of April. This is basically all the indigenous people of the world who kind of gather together and discuss and plan on how to promote their culture, their traditions, increase the tourism in those places that are actually a bit remote and maybe not really popular, not famous yet. So this is a big thing and Taiwan is hosting it this year. Our first visit today is the Wan Village, located in Kaohsiung's Maolin district. The unique thing about this village is its petroglyphs carvings, which are the only known prehistoric rock carvings in Taiwan. So today, as we are experiencing the culture of Wan Village and other places, it's also because in April, a lot of foreigners from all over the world, the representative of the indigenous people, are gonna come and do the same tour as I'm doing now. So here we get a preview of what they will experience. So I hope from this video you can also check out the different places, check the information below, and if you're interested, when you travel in Taiwan, you can come and visit those villages and do those activities yourself. Today, the village itself is almost like a museum, sharing its stories to visitors who want to understand more of Taiwan's history. So this place is where the people in the old times used to live, and they have reproduced this building, so it's a copy in the village, but to get a sense of how it used to be. So this was the place people lived, and this was where they slept together, and here is where people spent the day, and behind me is the kitchen. So it's really interesting to see how life was. I have to say it's a bit smoky here. It's a little hard to breathe. I feel the people in the old times, I must have really strong eyes, because my eyes are really itchy right now. And I think this is what we can call the hunter's cabin, where the hunters used to, I think, prepare the meat and do a lot of things. That's like their office, hunter's office. And quick explanation about why this carving here is all over the place in this Wanshan village. That's actually one of the only prehistorical carvings in Taiwan. It's in the deeper village far in the mountains, so we are not getting to see it today, but they just told me that actually every month some people can go and take a look at the real carving. Really, really cool.
这就是第1号的岩雕，你看它上面这么多的人。
所以是在户外，在这个石头上有的哦。我问一下，所以有好几个图腾在上面，这个是最明显的，
对，它是最明显的，
对，
有一个头。我们今天就等于说，透过这个拓印，然后可以把岩雕的图腾自己带回家，比较像是书法的时候会用到的东西。哎，它弄得很好看呢。
今天的作品，
看看跟它像不像？
很像啊，蛮像的。
挺像的，挺像。
谢谢老师。
不会，
毕业了，
恭喜毕业。我们来介绍一下，这是我们的旧的部落，旧的万山部落、波诺吼部落的模型屋。对，然后我们就是之前从很远的地方，然后迁下来。是国民政府希望说，我们集中在这边搬到这里来。我们希望可以把旧部落的一些，比方说各家在哪里，把它记录下来，所以就做了这个模型，小小的石板屋。我们是日本时代最后一个降服日本人，因为我们的部落的入口是在那边，对，然后这边是悬崖，所以呢，只有那个出入口，他们要攻上来，以前也有一点枪嘛，就可以，或是用石头啊把它打下去这样，所以后来是别人就说，全部的部落都已经归成日本人了，然后大家就来跟我们说啊，那你们也加进来吧，所以我们是全台湾最后一个。 变成日本人统治的部落这样。
对，
就是因为我们的地形的关系这样。
现在这个我们看到的部落真的还在？
还在。
那你的房子是哪一个？
我的房子是那边。
这个哦，对，哇，好酷哦，有自己的家放在博物馆里面的房间。
然后只是我们都会回去，每年都会回去。
After all these visits, I ended up baking some cakes with the symbol of the village, the petroglyphs carvings, so that I can take back home and share it with my friends. 哇，现在是我们的午餐呢，我们要体验一下那是什么样的午餐。
好，我来介绍。
古代的午餐应该不是吧？
也不是，有现代一点点，只是我呢吃的方式是古代的方式。因为以前我们本来就在石板屋内用餐，所以呢就会有个大家是这样子的哦，坐在这里。
OK。
因为那里是客厅，然后我们通常家人是坐在石板上面，然后一起用餐。那今天的菜色介绍一下，这个是喜喜诶，它比较像是原住民版的咖喱。OK。这样子可能称呼，然后还有就是。石板就是石板烤肉嘛，还有就是南瓜，我们自己种的南瓜。我们的概念是尽量我们部落有什么就跟大家分享，这样子在地的，包含今天大家喝的山叶跟芭乐茶，然后加了甜菊，也都是我们自己早上去采的。
Okay, guys, after we just had a very nice morning here in Wanshan, I think we can go to another part of Taiwan, in Taidong. We're gonna visit the place called Hongye, and this is another type of indigenous village with a different culture and tradition. Alright, let's go! Oh, and we just arrived in Taidong. This is Taidong train station. So we were just on the west part of Taiwan. Now we just took the train, arrived on the east coast of Taiwan, and we are also going to visit a couple of indigenous places, some restaurants and some tribes. Let's do this. Okay, so behind me is the Itinerary. It's actually a Taiwan indigenous cultural resort here in Taidong. And so this big structure here is both a restaurant and a hotel, and both are celebrating the culture of Amezu in Taiwan. Everything in this hotel is actually on the theme of Ame culture. Let's go inside, take a look, and have a good lunch. This place feels like a museum to me. Everything has been designed with the Amis style. The decorations on the wall and statues, and the food itself is presented with a beautiful traditional layout, using leaves as containers. 哇，这个桌子真的很好看哦！
谢谢。
很多颜色。
那这个今天的饭团的话，我们是用那个红梨下去跟饭结合，然后把它搓成圆形，上面再放我们就是原住民的席烙。主食的话，我们今天是帮你们用那个阿里凤凤。阿里凤凤的话，它是在花莲一带的食物，主要的食物，然后它里面是有搭配我们的咸猪肉，它外面的这个叶子是零头叶，然后它把它就是裁切完之后，然后编织起来，然后再把糯米跟咸猪肉丁放在里面。我们原住民早期就是就是以根茎类为主，就玉米啊，还有地瓜，然后南瓜。那肉的话，是我们原住民比较常见的，就是烤咸猪肉。然后我们的咸猪肉的话，是我们只有用盐巴下去腌，没有用太多的调味料还是香料下去。然后再来的话就是汤的话，我们今天是用那个皇帝豆排骨汤。这个装汤的这个容器，它是槟榔壳。
好，看起来剩下的是吃午餐耶。So I think here we have a little bit of everything. Oh, very colorful. Okay, and after this very nice and maybe too big lunch, we just arrived in what's behind me here. It's Mandarin, it's called Bolong U, because the roof looks like the waves of the ocean. It's a very nice architecture building made with lots of containers. You have this, and behind me you also have the old railway. Very nice to walk there at night. There's people playing music, There's lots of things always changing. Depending on the seasons, it's like very various things happening all the time. Okay, so we just left Taidong, maybe just about half an hour of ride, and we just arrived in the Taidong Mountains, which is the Hongye Valley. Hongye in English means red leaf, and I heard that's because at some point of the year all the leaves fall and the roads and the scenery is very red. It's a kind of small indigenous tribe, about 400 to 500 people, and one of the famous things in the area is the hot springs. In this area there's a lot of hot water coming out of the ground, and this one is a bit special because it does not have the very strong sulfur smell that you often have in Taiwan. This one is like no smell, and there's a lot of basins behind me, and people can just come here, relax, enjoy the warm hot springs. So if you guys pass by this area, welcome to take a look at here.
我们小时候的时候啊，老人家会叫我们来买这个啊，我们都会抢着跟他们说我们出来买，可是那个退瓶子的钱要给我们，因为我们买那个退瓶子的钱，就可以买那个我刚刚带你看那个小时候吃的那个小糖果，1块钱可以换好几个，对啊，可是现在一瓶只能退2块了，啊，2块买没有多少东西啊，可是以前30几年前1块钱可以买好几个糖果，
所以现在小朋友比较可怜，
对，换的东西比较少。
Beside hot springs, Hongye has an incredible baseball history. In the 60s, the local school baseball team did the impossible, beating the world's best team from Japan, even though they lacked funding and equipment. Hard work pays off.
你看他们以前用的那个棒子啊，都是自己去磨出来的。
Wow.
对，所以他们以前训练的方法就非常的刻苦克难。所以他们能用这么刻苦克难的方式去打到世界冠军，所以那时候全台湾的人都非常感动。而且你看这个棒子都是自己做的，不像以前，不像外面的棒球队是有钱都有那种好的棒子。对他们那个球都已经打破成这样了，还在用啊。那个球你看有的是用石头当那个球。
Oh wow.
对。
And very unexpectedly, we just happened to be during the baseball class, which is like a very big sport here. And they just invited me to go and play. So I end up with the glove in my hand, and let's see what happens.
刚刚讲的那个2016年那时候的那个台风，它上面就是部落有一些房子都被淹埋了。所以他后来就有人帮助他们盖了这个新的永久屋。然后你有没有看这个上面的图案？有除草剂、开垦剂、进仓剂跟除米。它主要就是你看每一家上面都有一个我们布农族的板栗。
你的手臂也是这个哦？
对，就是我要提醒我自己，每年几月是做什么，把自己的文化放在身上。不像我们一般加油站是用油枪。它这边是卖一桶一桶的嘛，哈。
哦，是哦。Wow, look at these guys. I think I just arrived in the most special gas station of the whole Taiwan, because unlike the other ones where you use the gas gun and you just put in your trunk, no. Here you can buy per 10 liters bucket. Here is like you buy the 95 or here 92. The price is per 10 liters. So it's like probably the most unique gas station of the whole Taiwan, and it's actually the indigenous tribe in Hongye. Nice. Okay, and I think that's it for today. So today we visited a lot of indigenous places, some in Pingdong, some in Taidong. All of them have their own culture, traditions, their own sceneries. If you want to know more about this, please visit the website down below about WITS 2024, the World Indigenous Tourism Summit, which is going to be in Kaohsiung from 16 to 20 of April 2024. If you have not already, please give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. See you guys, bye bye!